A friend recently asked me why I had set a stretch goal to reach 1,000 subscribers. Why does the number of subscribers matter to a small content creator? In this video, I'll explain that very reason. Let's talk about how YouTube works. If you've watched one of my videos before, you may have heard that I mention a stretch goal at the end, one that you could help me achieve by subscribing. I didn't call out the number, but that goal was a subscriber count of 1,000. That's a magic number for a creator, but since I was asked why it matters, it could be that it's not common knowledge why. In YouTube, there's a program you can join at a certain point, called the YouTube Partner Program. To join this program, you need to achieve a couple of goals, namely 4,000 watch hours on long-form videos in the past 12 months, and 1,000 subscribers. And so my goal was to join that program, a hallowed inner circle of creators that only a few have managed to achieve. Well, okay, over 3 million actually, but let's not get technical. This program is the goal of a lot of creators, although different people have different reasons to aim for it. If you manage to join the program, then you are able to earn some revenue from your videos, either from the advertising that YouTube shows before, during and after them, or from those viewers who have paid for premium and therefore don't watch adverts. You get a little bit of money from their subscription based on their watch time. I didn't start uploading to YouTube to earn money from the channel. That was never my goal, and indeed that continues to be the case, more or less. About 2 years ago, I bought myself an EV, and I started to get some very probing questions about them from friends. Questions that suggested people didn't see the topic in the same way I did. I started to realise that people were believing the misinformation appearing in the mainstream media, because there have been quite a lot of that. Misinformation from people who are either ill-informed or are actively trying to mislead. Not only was I getting these questions, but I was seeing patterns in them. They often touched on the same subjects, and I was repeating the same bits of information when I answered them, but not always in as structured a way. I started to wonder if tackling the questions one at a time was the best approach, so I started to formulate an alternate plan. I thought I'd create a few videos and upload them to YouTube to answer the questions for more people at a time. There seemed two benefits to doing that. Firstly, I could prepare the information better, gathering up all of the sources to which people might want to refer, and structuring it in a way that maximised knowledge transfer for easiest consumption. Secondly, if I uploaded them to YouTube, then there was a chance that I might help others as well. Rather than a one-on-one with friends, I would be putting information out to as many people as searched for it, tackling misinformation as widely as I could. As I thought about it, that approach seemed to make some sense. As an engineer, I felt I could understand some of the technical details that you might need to know, and perhaps translate and explain them a bit, as I'd already done that for a few people at that point. I reckoned I probably had about 10 or 12 ideas for videos that might be useful, so I decided to give it a bit of a go. I knew I wouldn't ever get to partner, but I'd perhaps get a bit of information out to a few friends and family. That way they didn't have to rely on the misunderstanding and miscommunication we seem to get so much elsewhere. I've seen too many journalists say things that just aren't right, and correcting that seemed a valuable goal. It's fair to say that things went better than I expected. The watch hours seemed to climb quicker than I had imagined, thanks to several thousand views on a few early videos, and the subscriber count slowly crept up. And so a stretch goal appeared. Suddenly I started to wonder if I could make it to the partner program. The video ideas kept coming, and the watch hour requirement was met, but the subscriber count still looked tricky. The pressure was on a little bit as well. Each week that ticked by, videos would drop out of the 12-month eligibility period for watch hours. Could I get enough subscribers before those hours dropped below the threshold again? And then I got a huge helping hand. I had a lovely chat to Dave Borlace as we left Everything Electric South. Dave runs the Just Have a Think YouTube channel, one of my very favourite on the platform. At the end of the chat, Dave took a link to one of my videos and was kind enough to promote it to his Patreon members, and I had a sudden influx of subscribers that got me a lot closer to that goal. Last week, as I found myself with 1,000 subscribers, I took the opportunity and applied, and after a week or so of checks and approvals, I'm in. I'm a YouTube partner. Stretch goal achieved. Many thanks to Dave for the shout out, and to all of the lovely folks who followed the link and gave me a chance. And of course to all of my subscribers who have stuck with me as I grew. It's thanks to you that I achieved the stretch goal, which seemed so impossible when I started. But I said earlier that my intention was not to make money, so why did I join the partner program? Well, you see, you don't just get ad revenue, you get some say in what ads your viewers see, and that's the bit I was interested in. When I started out, I'd wanted to make my content free to watch. Not free with ads, but properly actually free. I was trying to give it away, but YouTube was placing ads into the videos, and I wanted to get some control of that. Now that I'm a partner, I get to see what control I can get over the ads, and sadly it's not quite as much as I'd hoped for. It is possible to turn the ads off completely, but if you want a bit of advertising, you don't get all that much control. Why a bit of advertising? Well, there's not just me. I realised a while ago that my desire to turn everything off was a bit naive. After all, it costs YouTube money to host the videos and run the platform, so I would like to pay my way. Therefore, I have a new stretch goal. I'd like to make £12.99 a month. If I can do that, and that won't actually be all that easy, then YouTube gets roughly that much from their share of the ads. What's more, YouTube Premium costs £12.99 a month, so I could then use the income to get ad-free viewing myself. A nice little perk for my efforts, and YouTube gets all of the money, so I can feel that I'm paying my way. I say that might be hard to achieve. That's for two reasons. Firstly, I reckon a channel my size might make that with all of the ad features turned on, but of course I'm trying to reduce the number of ads that viewers will see. Secondly, I have a bit less control than I thought I might, so regulating the level of ads I want isn't as easy as I'd hoped. In my mind, there are 3 or 4 types of ads associated with a video. There are pre-roll ads that come before the video starts. And there are mid-roll ads that interrupt the video. And then there are post-roll ads that are displayed if you don't stop watching at the end. You may have noticed that mid-roll ads now seem to be different in different length videos, at least on television. Shorter videos have short ad breaks, but videos of about 20 minutes or more have longer, much more disruptive ad breaks, akin to what you get on traditional media. What I had intended to do was enable post-roll ads on their own, and then maybe do a single pre-roll ad occasionally, but it turns out you can't specify that level of control anymore. The wording suggests that you used to be able to do that, but the settings seem to have changed relatively recently, and now you have fewer options than were available in the past. Now, if you want to monetize a video, a single setting enables pre-roll and post-roll ads together, and you have no control over the format or length of them. The only options that remain are about mid-roll adverts. You can turn those on and off. You can let YouTube place them automatically, and you can add or adjust them yourself. So at least you get to choose where in the video they fall, and how many breaks there are, if you have them. If you watch the growth of views on a video, it looks like YouTube is constantly experimenting. It seems to show a new video to some of your subscribers, and if some of those engage with it, they click through to it and stay with it. They like it, or they comment on it, then it reckons the video might be okay. Then it shows it to more people and sees how they like it, and so on. This goes on over a couple of days, I think, and then at some point the experiment is over and the views drop back to a background hum. If that's true, then clearly the more people who watch it in the first day, the better it will be promoted, and the more people might have seen the content. Based on that, my initial advertising strategy is starting to crystallise. My current plan is to encourage people to watch a video early, and to achieve that I will launch a video with no ads at all. At some point, I'll then turn them on to allow YouTube to earn its crust. It's early days, of course, for my chance to change the settings, so I'm not sure how that plan will go. It is subject to change as I see what happens, whether, for example, the lack of ads causes YouTube to promote it less. That might have happened on last week's video, for example. But that's what I have in mind. So if you like what I do and want to watch the videos, then it might be easier for you to watch them early. That should give you the best experience. Thanks again to Dave Borlace for the huge help. If you haven't seen his channel, then I highly recommend it. It's called Just Have a Think. His videos offer a lovely blend of being informative and also entertaining. I also love the graphics and technical aspects of his presentation. That might be a creator thing, but his Sunday evening videos are one of the highlights of my week. Thanks again to all of you for watching, and for subscribing if you have, as well as to all of those kind folks who like the videos with the thumbs up button, and keep me on my toes in the comments. That's been great fun too. I'll see you again soon, I hope. Let me know in the comments if there are any topics you want me to cover, and I'll see what I can do. Thanks.